As we head into the new year, a lot of people are thinking about how to be more intentional with their finances. And joining us now to continue our resolution week, which some great ideas. Mark Sipos is the director of LFG Tax Services, part of the Lineweaver family of companies. And you know we have Jim and those guys on the show quite a bit. Welcome, it's good to see you.
Well, thanks for having me.
So excited to have you here, but really excited to have a former Mount Union alum.
Go Raiders.
Great to see you.
That's
Go
right.
Raiders, indeed, yes. All right, so let's talk about people are saying, and we've been doing a lot of stories, that a lot of young people are saying they're very concerned about their finances, and this is a big goal of them going into this new year.
Right, and so the first thing we want to talk about in any financial plan is risk protection. So this is a great time to look and make sure you have the framework in place to protect all of your assets. So you want to look at things like life and disability insurance, casualty and property insurance, long-term care strategies, and maybe even an umbrella policy if you own real estate. So we want to make sure that those are all safeguarded because that's what's most important in your financial plan.
Okay, so with this foundation in place then, and you get that, and you may need to reach out to other people to help, maybe your resources at work or even a lawyer or your tax person, right, for some of that guidance. But then once you have that stuff in place, then where's a good place to start saving some money?
The second thing we try to look at is really realigning your goals with your priorities. So whether it's getting ready for retirement, lifestyle and travel decisions, maybe supplementing your family members with some help, we want to make sure that those goals are in line and your investment strategies are really driving those. So take a look at what's important to you this year, your long-term goals, and make sure it's all kind of in place because the best financial plan is driven by purpose and not by pressure.
Oh, interesting. That's really good. You're right. A great mantra. All right, let's talk about taxes because it seems like every year we find out there's so many tax law changes.
Right.
So what are some things that people should kind of keep front and center and high on top of the list?
Well, you want to have a tax plan in place, especially early in the tax year. You don't want to wait till the summertime because you've missed half the year.
True.
So you want to make sure, because right now you can look at strategic use of your retirement accounts. You can get some gifting strategies in place. Maybe look at capital gains and loss management, your employee tax withholdings, estimated taxes. Those can all be reviewed and looked at because that's really a good, solid foundational plan for you.
Okay, so once you have those things in place, then Mark, what is your next suggestion?
Well, the beginning of the year is a good time to look and make sure your estate plan is in place to make sure that your wishes can be carried out and your family's protected, right? So you want to look at wills, financial and health care power of attorneys. You want to look at trust, if you have that, review those documents, and make sure the beneficiaries that you want are all in place on all your accounts because unforeseen circumstances can happen, and you want to make sure those are in place and current so that you can protect your loved ones and make sure your wishes are carried out.
You have a lot of wonderful ideas. Doing that stuff too, as far as banks go and to avoid probate, because we have to think about when something happens to us and then our kids are dealing with this. That can cause a lot of turmoil within a family, having to then wait so long, get lawyers, go to court, do all that. Is there anything you can do as far as bank-wise? Is that when you say like POD, pay on death?
Yeah, transfer death, payable on death. Make sure all your bank's checking accounts, all your investment accounts, IRAs, life insurance policies. You want to make sure those are all in order and you have all the designated beneficiaries you want.
Because there are ways you can have your loved ones avoid probate.
Yes,
in
and
doing
that's the
that.
best way to do that.
Sometimes it's just an appointment at a bank to just change, put it in a name or something like that. Okay, what else? What's your last final tip that will help people maybe save some money and feel good about starting out this year? And also something too that, is it a good idea to keep it organized, writing it down, maybe those little small goals, because you feel like you got to get it out of the gate, start working so hard, but you don't want to feel overwhelmed.
Well, what Jim really emphasizes with our client base is coordination. And we call that the financial quarterback strategy, right?
Yes.
So we all have investment advisors, legal advisors, insurance, CPAs that help us through this. But what a financial quarterback does is brings all those disciplines together. So that way when they interact with each other, you can jump on opportunities, avoid pitfalls, and you really have a coordinated effort and a team behind you. And we think that's really vital for this.
I think the biggest pitfall is a lot of people feel like, well, I'm going to try and do it on my own and save money.
Right.
But what we don't understand is these tax laws change every single year.
Yes.
And as you just mentioned, there's ways that you can learn how to find money. It may take two people on your team to coordinate in order to do that. So if you think you're doing it yourself and you're
Right.
saving money, you might be really losing out on a lot of great opportunities.
And really, a lot of the professionals work in isolation. So an attorney might come up with a great idea for you, but as a tax person, I might say, wait a minute, that's not going to work. So you really need the coordination and the communication between everyone.
How interesting. There's some information right here, but we will link you to the Lineweaver
Yeah.
Financial Group. We have a link to their contact information. You could just go to fox8.com, click Seen on TV.